Hello there, it is I, Riri.
And Lolo. Welcome
Welcome
back
back
to
to
our
our
Comfy Panda Talk.
In today's episode, I will be sharing some folk tales or mythical stories of the northeastern part of India.
And I will be reacting to it. So,
So there's a lot of folktale stories that we have in this part of the region. I think there's a lot of folktale stories all around the world too, but I'll be sharing just the northeastern part of India for today, and let's get to it.
yeah. So,
So the first story, as we all know, it's about the story in Meghalaya, Cherpanji, which is known as the Nokkalikai Falls. It's a
Um,
waterfall where it has a background story to it about a woman named Likai, and the name of the waterfall Nokkalikai actually means the leap of Likai, as in she leaped over the waterfall, hence its name
Yeah.
after her. And it's a tragic story behind that. So let me
I mean, I think everybody have heard the Nokkalikai, right? Or have been to Nokkalikai.
Yeah, so
You know?
I think So for those who have not been, you can always type in Google, Nokkalikai Falls, which it'll show you the photo. It's
I
a
mean-
very very beautiful. It is
Yes.
actually the tallest waterfall in India, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? I'm not that into geography. Is it a part of geography? Okay,
It is
I'm
the-
feeling so dumb.
It is the tallest plunging waterfall actually in India,
Okay.
with being one of them actually.
I mean, if you guys are interested, you should visit. I mean, it's not sponsored, you know. Please sponsor us. Even though we've just started. Okay.
Anyways, so the legend of the Nokkalikai Falls. So the story is like this: there's a woman whose name is Likai, Kalikai. So for over here in Meghalaya, the Khasis, when they say Ka, it refers to the female gender, and when they say U, as in you, is referred to the male gender. So in this story, we'll be referring to her as Kalikai because that's what they call her.
Yeah.
I literally paused there. Okay. So, legend has it that this poor lady, whose name is Kalikai, she had a child, a very small young daughter of hers during that time. And because her husband had passed away, she actually got remarried so that her daughter will have a stepfather who's gonna be there as a father figure for her. So after she married, uh, they somehow they met on the way when Likai's daughter was sick. So he saw this beautiful young lady, and he was like, "Oh, I'll take care of your stuff. You go in." Then when she came out, she thanked him for holding on to her important stuff, and then he was like, "Oh, so who's sick?" And she's like, "Oh, my child is sick." Then he was like, "Oh, okay." Then he knows he has fallen in love with her. So on her way back home, she saw this huge, beautiful waterfall, and there was a tiny waterfall near it. And she was like, "Do you see that big waterfall? That is actually the mother, and the tiny one near it is the daughter, is the child of the waterfall. So that is the big waterfall is me, while as the small waterfall is you. We'll never be separated. We'll always be together, just like those waterfalls." So she was saying, and the child was still like an infant. I think she was like 1, 2 years old that time.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like then the guy got up to her. Then later on, they met one at her workplace and all, where she was carrying these pebbles and stones and all for work labor during those times, And then she did end up remarrying this guy. She didn't know his background though. And then
Damn, those
because
time,
because those time you never know what was
Yeah.
the background. So she fell in love, and then he deeply fell in love with her and her daughter. But as time goes by, him being a man became, from working hard, he became a drunkard, and then he started raising his hand, abusing Likai and everything. And he got so mad at the fact that she gives so much love to her daughter more than she gives him, that he got jealous. So there was one day where Likai decided, like, I'm gonna go to work, and he was like, okay, fine, I'll take care of my daughter at home. And then when she was busy at work, she had a strange feeling where she's like, I left my daughter over an abusive husband, so I hope my daughter is fine. She had that
It's
instinct
like a
feeling,
sense.
motherly sense,
Yeah.
yeah. But then she couldn't shake the feeling, but then she had to continue work and everything. And then she was telling her friend also, like, oh, I can't take the fact that my husband is so abusive that I'm scared for my life and my daughter's life. As for the father, while he was taking care of the daughter, he was mumbling to himself, saying that, I love her the same way you love her. How is that you get more love than I do? How is that she cares about you more than she cares about me? Since and you also, I know you're judging me. You think I'm a bastard, that I don't work and everything. I'll show you what I can do. So he took the child to the room, strangled the child, and he had a machete with him that he used during his work. And then he was like, okay, since she loves you and cares for you so much, let's see how you taste as what was food for your mother, since she loves you so much. So the father murdered the child, and he cooked her. Like he made a nice like chicken stew type of thing.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
that's
I
scary.
know. And then after that, he ran away. He ran away from there. So Likai, not knowing of what had happened, she came home. She was calling for her daughter, but there was no response. Then she was looking for her husband, and she was like, "Oh, maybe like they went out. He took her to the market or something." Then after that, she called her friend. Like she came home with her friend, so she called her friend to enter with her in the house so that they could have lunch together. And then her friend was like, oh, I can't stay that long. I have other works to do, so I'll leave. I'll come back. And she was like, okay. So she saw that her husband has prepared her a nice meal and everything. And then she was still searching for her daughter so that they could have it together. She couldn't find her. She was like, okay, I'm too hungry. Let me just have this. So she ate, and she was having this hearty meal. She was like so happy that her husband made food for her, and then like she's finally believing that she had a loving family all over again. And then after having her dinner and everything, she, as always, it's a traditional where after having food or when guests come over, we used to give the betel nut and the betel nut leaf as an honor. So after she was done having food, she wanted to have the betel nut leaf. So when she took, so we keep it in a basket, right? The bamboo basket or made out of tin. So she took that, and she was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have it. So she took the betel nut, she put it in her mouth. When she was about to take the betel nut leaf, then she saw tiny fingers in that basket. She screamed out of fear. Then she found out, then she realized that those were her child's finger. And she was so scared. She was so scared that she started screaming on top of her lungs. She was up to a point where she went mad. She went psychotic. She took her machete that she had with her, and she started screaming, trying to find her daughter, trying to find the man. She's calling him a bastard. She's calling him names, saying what has he done and everything. And she started running like a maniac. And then after that, her neighbor, her friends, and all heard her, and they were like, "What happened? What happened?" She was like, she pointed the machete at them. She's like, "Don't follow me. I need to find that bastard." And she kept on running and running. When she reached on top of the waterfall, she stopped and she started crying some more and saying that, "I can't live my life without my child, so I'm coming to you." And from there, she leaped all the way down. And that's why the waterfall is actually named after her, not Galikai, as in the leap of Likai. So, and it's still a very, very beautiful waterfall up until now,
Yeah.
especially during the monsoon season. Though it'll be foggy, you can't see much, but on a clear sky, you'll actually see the very tall waterfall. At the bottom, there's this blue colored water, which is so beautiful. And I hope
Thank
we will be adding photos of the what in between there.
you. Yeah,
It
so
is a very sad story, though.
thinking about that story, I mean, Likai would have feel crazy, I would say. I don't know what's the word.
She went insane. She
Yeah,
went.
she went crazy, and her feeling, I guess, it would be like so bad. I don't have a word. What word to say
Well,
about
she
that?
was on a verge. She was on a verge of, like, she actually went psychotic at that point because she realized what her husband did,
Yeah.
and she was on a rage also. Like,
I
I think
wonder
if she would have found him, she would have murdered him.
instantly.
Yeah, instantly. She would not care anymore. But at the same time, she would have still given out her life
I used
because,
to wonder, like, what happened to the husband, man?
well, as the tale goes, before he actually met Likai, he actually murdered one of his friend in the village where he previously lived. So
So,
out of
yeah.
fear, after he murdered his friend, he came to the village where Likai was. So Likai did not know his story, but there was one man who does know the story about the husband, but then he was so scared. He was the people who, like, when they were sitting, three of them, including with Likai's husband. So after the Likai's husband left, he said we should tell Likai about his past, and the other one, because he was scared, he was like, if you utter a word, I'll be the one chopping your tongue out. So better not tell a word to anybody, because he was afraid that he will also get murdered by Likai's husband. So because of that, they never told Likai anything.
Ah,
And
so,
yeah,
so the man is already dangerous.
already.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have made a huge difference if they actually had told her,
Yeah.
and then all of them gathered together to chase him away. I think that would have been a
Different story.
different story. Maybe it would have saved Likai and her daughter.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion on it. That it
I
it
mean,
already happened, and because of that, we have this beautiful of a tragic story.
yeah.
So this next one is quite interesting. It tells us how the beginning of storytelling tradition came here to us, like the Khasis and the, yeah. So Meghalaya as a whole, if I'm not mistaken, the Khasis and the Jaintias, maybe, I'm not
Yeah.
sure. So it went like this, like the traditional of storytelling, like it has been there for generations since our ancestral time, right? Like it has resided in different tribes and the different part of the northeastern India, including the Khasis, like the people, our people here. And it was said that many years ago, a Khasi man, okay, was given these important documents given to him by God, where it contained like all this religious and teachings of, as well as guidelines on how to perform various rituals that we have here. So, yeah, so, but after he received these documents, he was on his way back home, but then he lost the important documents. Yeah, he actually lost important documents, and he got scared that the people would be mad at him for losing such an important document. The man literally ended up telling them that all the teachings of God were recorded in his mind, and he would like orally pass them to any other people. So instead of reading it through the written script, he has spoken it, like orally spoken,
Okay.
told read to them every teaching, every guidelines, and every like important documents that was there. He read it to them, and that is how the storytelling is believed to have started among the Khasi tribes. So
That sounds so cool, though. I don't know. I don't know why, but that sounds so cool.
I mean, like, yeah, the fact that he has a very strong mind, I
Yeah, he
guess, to
memorized it.
memorize it.
Yeah.
Also a little careless for losing the documents, but understandable. I mean, it was the olden what. It's I feel like that's where I can understand when it comes to these folklore stories. I love
Yeah.
folklore stories, because as far as I can see, like the folklore stories that I've heard, what some of them do have proof. where you actually know that okay, this place actually exists, and
And there's a story behind
a story behind it. And like I said, the tale of the leap of Kalikai also, like not Kalikai also, it is a folklore story, a tale that there is proof out of it also, because they did reside in a village where the waterfall is there, and that whole thing happened. And the fact that the stories has been passed down from generations to generations,
Till today.
and up till today, and hopefully it'll go on forever as it is a tourist place now where people actually can see the waterfall and everything.
Yeah, it's actually very beautiful.
Yeah.
I've been there once.
I've been there quite a few times, and never, because of the season, the rainy season in Cherpanji, never have I been able to see it like on a clear sky, you know. But I
Yeah.
hope I will one day.
One day.
But it is like I said, the place is so beautiful. That comes with a tragic story out of it, and there are still a lot more folktale stories that are there, and myths and legends that are there here in the northeastern part of India.
I mean, there are
Where
many myths.
yes, where it's like you don't only you're not only telling a story, but there's also proof of it.
Yeah.
So it kind of plays with your mind and all that. Yeah, anyways.
So I think that is it for today's episode. And if you like this episode and you want more of these, do comment down below so that we will search some more stories. And
Yeah, there's still a lot more stories.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm very interested in folklore stories. So if you guys want me to share with you, I still have lots and lots more, which
Yeah.
I recently found also way more. And they're very interesting.
So if you want us to do something else, also do comment down below. And we are so sorry that we took more time to upload a new video because we have been having problems after problems after problems. So
We have
yeah.
shot quite a few videos, and it's been
It's been 2 videos that we shot. Okay?
yeah, okay. We've shot 2 videos, and so far, because of the technical difficulty, it went
Yeah, and gone.
yeah.
So, yeah, I think we'll end this episode here. Do follow us on our Instagram. I'll link it down below. I'll show it in the screen. And yes, do like and subscribe to this video and share it to your friends or who wants to know the story behind Kalikai and the story behind how
Storytelling begins
Yeah.
here in the Khasi tribes.
so yeah.
Apart from that, we hope you have a beautiful time with us.
Yes.
And stay healthy, take care of yourself, and have a nice laugh. If you want to check out the bloopers, like she said, head down to our Instagram page where we do put our bloopers, and you can see how weird we are.
Yeah. I recommend you to check it.
Do help us by share and subscribe, like and follow actually on Instagram, and yeah, do share. Then you can see how 2 awkward introverted girls make a weird video.
Yeah. So, yep. I guess this is it.
Anyways.
So,
Next time, bye.
bye. Peace out.